Clay, what advice would you give to people who are starting, their second or third marriage, and they're kind of bringing in this blended family? How can you start with, baggage in that sense, but how do you do it foundationally to where it can actually work and it can benefit you and your spouse?
Absolutely. I think first thing is you got to discern the person. You got to see, what are they truly about? Are they really
assuming they've already done this and like everything's good to go and they're in love and it's who you were pretty sure that God, or you are sure, I'm sorry, who God's brought for you. But this idea of, man, I have to blend a family now. I have to make sure my kids get along with their kids. I have to.
Is this pre-marriage? Like
Let's say
after you realize this is the one?
Correct.
Okay,
correct,
I got you. First thing, premarital counseling. You have to go to premarital counseling, and premarital counseling, the right counselor will walk you through the dynamics of blending a family properly.
Yeah. And
they'll actually, if you do it the right way, they'll actually some of them will actually tell you if this is even a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So they say, some pastors will say, do premarital counseling before you even get engaged. Because what if
I've heard this
what
before.
if in premarital counseling, they're like, this is a disaster waiting to happen. Like, don't do it. So premarital counseling is one. I think community is huge. Like, you have to bring your potential spouse around people that are in your community, in your spiritual community, people that don't want anything from you, people that are able to see through, the facade, people that are spiritually alive, and they'll pick up on, and so getting your friends and families confirmate when you're with the right person, and I'm sure there's an exception to this rule, but when you're with the right person, everybody sees it. Your family supports it. Your friends love it. Like, it's so obvious. And I had never had that before in any relationship until my new marriage. So it's like, it's just confirmation after confirmation after confirmation that this is the right person. Mm-hmm. And then you have to sit down and have family meetings. Like we did that the first summer we all spent together. We did a family meeting the first night, and we just sat down, and me and my wife were like, look, we're not ever going to put each other ahead of y'all per se. But our kids are older, and we told them, you guys are going to have to make an effort to be a part of this family, because we're going to invite you, but we're not going to force you. Like, so if we're going on vacation, if we're going to do this for Christmas, we're going to tell you, but it's up to y'all to come. And we don't ever want y'all to say, oh, dad's with his new wife that he, probably, or she's with her new husband who now she doesn't care about it. You have to like sit down and go over all the different misconceptions and kind of take inventory of where y'all are at and just talk. And we did that one night. And then the next night, one of the younger ones came down and was like, can we have another family meeting again? So we did it again. And then one of the older ones was like, we need to do this every night. And it was like, we went maybe a month where we all just got together every night, talked. It was on the bed.
Cool, man.
We played games. Like we talked about, we're truly a blended family. Her 2 kids have different dads. My 2 kids have different moms. So we have a really blended dynamic. So just going through each one's hurts and expectations and making them feel a part of the family unit rather than they're just there.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. Like, it seems like it's quite a challenge to like make it feel like a true family, like at that point, right?
Yep.
You guys have obviously done that and great, but I feel like that's a challenge. I feel like there's a lot of people out there who are getting, who are blending a family, and it's really, I know a lot of them, and it's really, really challenging. It's a really big issue.
I like what you said about community, because, it's one thing that you can easily look over and not have a community. And a lot of people don't understand what that is, but it's just being able to be around equally yoked, like-minded individuals who are, on the same, faith journey as you, so that you could have your tribe basically say, hey, man, I think that this is a good fit. Or there's a red flag. Maybe there's a little accountability conversation that needs to happen.
But I think that even goes back into discernment, right? Mm-hmm. It's like, hey, if my close buddy, if Mark's telling me, hey, watch out for this, I think this is going on, like, I need to listen to that.
Yeah.
But I need to be able to discern whether Mark's looking into things too much or not, right?
My friend in Hawaii, one of my closest friends, he's hardcore discern, like super hardcore. And so he was the last one that I let my wife meet after she met everybody else. And I was just terrified. I'm like, God, like everybody else has just loved her and I'm going to get to it. And we went out one day, we went fishing and we came back and we got off the boat and he was like, that's your wife.
Yeah.
Man. And if he would have said no, it wouldn't have been a deal breaker because everybody else, but it was just like that to get that reassurance from everybody.
Because he also helped you like stay accountable during that process.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
The same guy prevented me from getting in the wrong relationship so many different times. And then back to the community, like you were saying, I'm in Mark's life group. And when we first started that life group, I would have never thought that I had anything in common with really anybody in there but him, because we're just all different walks of life.
Yeah.
And as we've all gotten to know each other and as we're all going through different seasons in life, as it turns out, 5 of maybe the 12 couples in there have literally been through the exact same thing that we've gone through. They're a little further ahead. So it's like now we come with issues that we run into in life and we have 5 other couples that we meet with once a week who've all already been there and done that. And they're able to they're able to say, no, don't do this, or don't worry, it's going to eventually work out. It may take 15 years, but eventually it's going to work. But they're able to, same thing we talked about earlier. God comforts us and we comfort those.
Yeah.
So community is huge. Yeah. And when you're in like ours is a marriage life group, to be in a marriage life group and be able to hear other couples on the battlefield of marriage and what they're going, like everybody's, it's so encouraging. It's so uplifting. It's so comforting. It brings you peace. And it's, man, again, when you do things God's way, everything works out. No wonder God created community. Look what it's probably been being involved in community. And this is my second community group or life group that I've been really involved with. It's been the most pivotal thing in my entire walk of faith.
Guys, if you like this clip and want to see the episode in full, go ahead and click here. And if you want to see another clip, click here.